It's a really authentic Italian food. I try to maintain the most original possible. It's very important. Every day I make my fresh pasta.
Chi mangia bene, mangia italiano. Please come and visit us.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
The program presented are submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNLY 91.1 FM and its affiliates.
Finally made it. I've been gearing up for this day for quite some time, all month. Everything's been centered around Valentine's. And so here we are. It's Friday, February 14th, and we made it. So hope everyone is going to have an amazing evening tonight, celebrating with the ones you love, hopefully getting the amazing flowers and gifts or whatever it is that makes you happy. So I know I'm happy. So anyway, okay, Ivan, moving on. Let's get to these announcements. Yes. Whenever you get a chance. But no, here we go. Top drawer, yes it is. Today is the last day. So if you haven't stopped in, you have an opportunity to still do that today. So, hello, what is it, 10 a.m.? You still have time before tonight to get in there, get your nice gift or something special for that special someone in your life. But anyway, go in, mention Today with Cachet, and get 20% off. It ends today, so definitely want to do that. And what else do we have? Oh, yes. I don't even know if she has any more availability, but you've got to get your appointments scheduled with Dina for eyelashes. I know she will be booking certainly after Valentine's Day. So if you didn't get an opportunity to get in today, give her a call. Give her a call. She'd be happy to get you on the books. I know I'm going to be calling her today for my appointment coming up because I certainly need a refill. But again, she was in the studio the other day. We got to learn a little bit more about why you want to go to Dina versus going to anyone else. So give her a call, 832-267-1038. And what else do we have? Date Shape, it's here. Tonight's the night. Grand opening event from 5 to 7 p.m. You've seen her, you've heard her, you know who she is. Jen Champion, the matchmaking queen of Houston and fitness, has come together to launch Date Shape happy hour event. There's going to be music, there's going to be dancing, there's going to be a lot of singles there. So it's a great opportunity for singles to come out and meet each other and get to learn a little bit more about what Date Shape is all about. And so RSVP, you still have an opportunity to do that at the, I think it's at, what is it? Ivan, I have that usually up there on there. I don't think I have it right now, but I think it's the championconnection@gmail.com. I'll double check at the end of the show and get that out there. But anyway, all right. So here we are. So this morning in the studio, we have the returning guest, actually. Yes. I have Mr. Dave Waxler.
Apparently I didn't suck enough last time. So
yeah, the thing about Cachet, there's no guest that can suck. I mean, I anyone who sits in a chair in my studio, and
you're not going to let it happen.
We're going to have fun.
No, this is what
we're
I
not good.
You
can't make a mistake. I'm that teacher that's in school that all my students are great.
Are you the favorite teacher? Everybody loves you.
Everybody gets an A, right? So anyway, welcome back.
Thank you.
But this is something special this time.
Well,
last time we talked about you were writing a book.
I've been working on the book for 10 years, right?
But gosh!
I mean,
wow.
But not really.
10 years of your life.
But the book I've been working on most of a year.
Okay.
I quit. I'll tell you that story in a minute.
Oh wow.
I quit writing the book book because I got frustrated, and then I decided to keep going.
Why'd you get frustrated? What do you think? Or you
I was frustrated because I felt like it wasn't good enough, and I was
Okay.
having anxieties about being
Okay.
good enough.
Okay.
Which is what all of us feel, and therapists
Sure.
feel stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So
tell everyone a little bit before we talk about this amazing book that you've released. Who you are,
Oh my
what
God.
you
I guess
do,
we should say
and
that.
and the book. Yeah.
I'm Dave Waxler. I have
you are.
been a therapist for 10 years. Therapist, okay, that word is, I'm a psychotherapist. But
What does that mean?
psychotherapist is a type of therapy. So I'm doing psychotherapy
Okay.
like on psychology, not massage.
Okay.
So there's lots of different types of therapy.
Okay.
But psychotherapist is a type of therapy. So anyway,
Interesting.
that's the
Gets to the nitty-gritty.
special. I love saying that I'm a therapist.
Yeah, you can. No, say it again.
A therapist.
Okay.
Kids, even teenagers.
Can I say it?
are-
I'm a therapist, but I'm not. Okay.
You're not, but like teenagers like to brag that they have a therapist, and they say, "Oh, my therapist." And so
Oh, it does sound kind of cool.
it does sound really cool, and
Yeah.
it's kind of a role that I play. In fact, I was going to do this. This is
You
my
weren't
therapy.
sure about the glasses or not the
This
glasses.
is
What
regular me.
Let me
This
think.
is
Let me
me.
think. Now put him on again.
And then this is
Yeah,
therapy.
let's see.
This is therapy, Dave.
I think Therapy Dave is good for right now.
Therapy, Dave. This is.
Yeah.
I don't have a
Yeah.
pipe. I could do the Sigmund Freud thing, but I'm not
Well,
a smoker.
Yeah, we don't need to go
I
there.
don't want to be too pretentious.
So 10 years of
10 years of work. I've been meeting
Often-
with people
yeah.
doing crisis interventions.
Okay.
I've,
Here in the Woodlands,
lots-
or
in
where
the
do you- let's talk
Conroe
about
area,
where you're located.
Woodlands. Yeah,
Okay.
I started in the Conroe area.
Okay.
And went to Sam Houston State
Okay.
University, like many of my colleagues.
Yeah.
And got a job as a counselor in a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
And that Yes to Youth is the one that I
No,
used to
you
work.
did not.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait a minute. Okay, we're gonna have to take a minute.
So I know that-
To you out there who don't know that I've had an affiliation with Yes to Youth.
Yes, ma'am.
And
it was called something else then.
It
but
was
they-
Montgomery
they've
County
gone through
Youth
some
Services.
changes, but yeah, they're.
How did I
I
not
was-
know this?
Well,
what year was
it's
it?
a small world. 2010 is when I got my when I graduated.
Okay.
And I did my internship
Yeah.
with them, and I enjoyed.
Oh,
I really
wow.
enjoyed learning a lot.
Oh, interesting.
That's how they really are instrumental in helping me get my license.
Right.
And I learned a lot working there. And
Interesting.
I really do believe in what they do, and I believe in their mission.
Yes.
To help children and families.
Yes.
So. That was where I got started. Learned a
Okay.
lot from that,
Okay.
and then launched private practice 3 years ago.
Oh,
It'll be
wow.
my third anniversary in March,
Yay.
which feels like it's gone really fast.
Oh, well, yeah.
And so I've learned a lot from that too.
Okay. Some of that is in the book.
Well, here's the reason why the book
Yeah, let's talk about
started.
the book.
Came out because I would meet with clients, and I grew up in an educator family. My dad was a teacher. Everybody in my family are teachers, and so I have an educator mindset. So I do a lot of education in my class in my
In your therapy sessions, yeah.
And so I had a lot of information I wanted to share, and part of this is just learning. The more I learn, so it got complicated. I wanted to just give it to my clients. So this is really a tool for myself.
Interesting.
And it has actually turned out to be very effective. When clients come in and they're new, and I say, listen, let me just hand you what I'm probably going to go over for the next 3 or 4 sessions.
Okay.
And then, so this is not
So that every client gets a copy, is what you're saying?
I would,
at this
yeah,
point?
I offer it to every
Yeah,
one of them.
yeah.
And I've even had some say that it has been a huge benefit for them,
Right.
that they can use it.
Well, it probably goes along with your style of therapy, right?
It's
Since it's your way of writing.
well, it actually helped me
Yeah,
clarify
yeah,
my
yeah,
style. It helped
yeah.
me learn more about myself.
Okay.
And kind of figure out ways to communicate, which I think at the end of the day, is communication really
That is the key.
the key?
Is it
Yeah.
not the key? And today we're going to talk. This is so funny because we're going to talk about a lot of things. But we're going to talk, obviously, about the book.
Yes,
We're going
please.
to talk about, you said, you want to go ahead and tell everybody kind
Well,
of what today's Valentine's.
Today's Valentine's Day?
So you thought it was appropriate to.
Well, we could talk about the top 3 factors or things that you can do to have an authentic relationship that I believe is healthy. And I've worked with couples for about 5 years.
Yeah.
I didn't start doing couples work, but I was trained as a couples family therapist. So I have some ideas about what has been helpful. And I did I wouldn't say exhaustive, but I did a pretty broad research. I did a lot of research on what is out there about couples work.
Right.
There's a few really big names. Gottman is one of the biggest names.
Oh, yes, I've heard that one.
Helen Fisher actually is an anthropologist, and she's got some really cool stuff on how the brain works in relationships, which is
relationships.
interesting. So
Yeah, because you get on this high. Like, you're excited when you're in a
That's
relationship.
true.
I mean,
Well-
but let me say this, and what I've learned, all of my life experiences have brought me to this point where I am right now. And I can honestly say that I appreciate what I had to go through.
Yeah.
Because what I'm experiencing now was worth every minute of
Well,
it.
yeah.
And
yeah.
I want to say this to people, 2 things to not ever let go. And this is to listeners and this is to viewers. Do not ever underestimate the power of patience and the power of God's timing. And that's truly that's
Being
my
open
story.
to the
Yes.
experience.
I mean, because I had to, I see that. Because I had to be ready for what I am now.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that until I know now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's beautiful. So,
Well,
yeah.
you know, when I talk to couples, our goal is, I mean, if your goal is to have a long-term relationship.
yes, which
that
it
you're-
should be, right? Or not.
I mean, people can choose what they want.
Okay,
If you want a quickie, I guess that's up to you.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
fair.
the kind of work that I do, but
Right.
it's fine. I'm not
I mean,
going
you
to
can't,
judge
people
anyone.
have their own choice, is what you're saying.
Some people,
Yeah.
I would say if you're going, from one to the other relationship, you're probably not getting any benefits out of it.
Right.
I think relationships have value as far as
Well,
helping
what's
us
the true
grow.
definition of a relationship? I thought a relationship is something that's supposed to
Well,
endure.
The truth is, we have relationships with everybody on the planet.
Okay.
The question is what type of relationship it is, and what does it do for you as a person? How does
Okay.
it help you become your authentic self?
Okay.
And so, if we want to get around to that, we can talk about where attraction comes from and all that.
Right. But so today, as you were saying, you wanted to kind of dig into that, right?
Yeah, there's so many things we can talk about.
Yeah.
Well, this is the point. I don't want to try to do everything. I want to try to get. Most people want me to get to the point. What's it gonna do?
Tell
What's
me,
it gonna
tell me,
take?
is it right? Is it right? Yeah, get to the, yeah.
So I consolidated 3 things that I think everybody should
Okay.
focus on whenever they are looking to create a healthy, authentic relationship. The first one, you ready? Should we
Yes,
do this now?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Well,
Are you
let's
ready
say
to
the
do this
first
now?
3, what they are, and then we'll take a commercial.
Well, the first one
Yes.
is intention.
Intention.
And I think that's true in all mental health. I
Okay.
think that you should be intentional. And most of the time when couples come in to see me, what I notice is that they've been on autopilot for a long time. I've even had couples that have been married for 35 years and they say they've just lost the passion.
Uh-huh.
And I point out that intention is a huge piece of the puzzle. And people who don't pay attention are going to eventually it's going to fall apart. There's going to be dents in the armor, and you were talking about resilience.
Yeah.
What you were talking about
Yeah.
earlier about
Yeah.
being ready and being.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's about resiliency, and I think that Well, I'm not going to say anything about anybody else, but I'm pushing 50, and my body's not as resilient as it used to be.
Yeah.
And so I used to take things for granted that I don't take for granted anymore. And in
yeah.
relationships, the same is true. You want to be able to say, I'm not taking this for granted. I'm going to do the work. And when you're coming to a therapist, that's part of the work.
Part of it.
That's
And-
a good place.
And number 2?
The second part of that is telling a story. So another part of being intentional about your relationship
Yeah.
is to have a story.
Okay.
And just say what's the point of this? And so sometimes we do a mission
It's
statement.
so funny you say that because I remember saying when talking, saying, this is my story.
Yeah.
It can't be good, right or wrong.
Right.
This is my story.
Lasting relationships have a narrative
Yeah.
about it. Okay, the second one.
And that, okay.
You
That
ready?
was number 2.
How fast are we doing? Going too
No,
fast?
well, we're going to get them out and then we'll take a commercial.
I got to get used to the
I
timing
love
of
this. No, this is great. It's very
Emotional-
authentic.
I'm just
This
raw.
is authentic. Keep going.
So yeah, this is
There's
all-
no commercials today. He's talking relationships.
Are you serious?
I'm joking.
Okay.
Keep going. Number 3.
Oh my gosh, people are like, Dave talks forever.
Number 3.
Number 2 is emotional
I'm sorry.
intelligence.
No, emotional intelligence. Okay.
It's important that you take responsibility for your own emotions.
Okay.
In a relationship, you cannot outsource this to your partner.
Right. You can't put that on them. Yeah.
And it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, they can barely handle their own emotions themselves,
Sure.
much less manage your emotions for you. So you don't want to put that on them, and you want to create space so that the relationship is not about, mutual, it can be healing, but only if you're taking responsibility for your own emotions.
And number 3.
Well,
before we go to commercial, we'll dig more.
The third is being playful.
Oh, yes.
And it's important
Playful,
that
fun,
play
all
can
of that.
be
Yay.
a very healthy way to repair
Totally
when you have
agree.
conflict.
Totally agree.
Creativity is a big part
Totally
of play.
agree.
And then couples need to take risks, healthy risks together.
Push each other.
The best thing I ever heard is that you don't just have passion; you have to earn it.
Well, and sometimes I will just say this: it's automatic. You can't stop
Well,
it. And we'll take a quick commercial. We'll
Let's
be
take
right
a break.
back.
I'll tell you why there's a difference there.
We'll be right back.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Cupcakes and Bubbles, located at 26400 Kirkendall Road in Tomball, Texas. Cupcakes and Bubbles has the sweetest and most delicious cupcakes for the entire family. From chocolate raspberry, strawberry rhubars, cookies and cream, and the most popular among kids, the s'mores cupcake. Come and enjoy our cupcakes with a glass of your favorite bubbles. Visit www.cupcakesandbubbles.com for the complete list of our delicious cupcakes. Order online through our webpage. DoorDash and Uber Eats is available too. Enjoy life's sweetest moments with Cupcakes and Bubbles.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
If you're tired of wasting your money on makeup bags that were not wide enough and tumbling out your cosmetics, Makeup Junkie bags are here. One of the best cosmetic and travel bags you'll ever own, handcrafted in Texas. You can visit www.makeupjunkiebags.com where you can find our collection of makeup bags, totes, man junk bags, and jewelry bags. But that's not all. These junkie bags are not only for makeup. Visit www.makeupjunkiebags.com and shop all the bags everyone loves. Get one for you, your family, and your friends.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
It started as a dream. When I was a little kid, I always wanted to have my own restaurant. And it was a dream that finally we had the opportunity to build it here in the Woodlands. And I'm so happy with it.
It's a really authentic Italian food. I try to maintain the most original possible. It's very important. Every day I make my fresh pasta.
Chi mangia bene, mangia italiano. Please come and visit us.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Installation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam installation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
It's time to change. If you like country, we play it. If you like pop, we play it. If you like Latin music, we play it. If you like rock and roll, we play it. Because no one does fusion music like we do. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Good morning and welcome back to the show. It's Valentine's. Happy Valentine's, everyone. This morning we have back in the studio, we have Dave Waxler.
Yes,
welcome
ma'am.
back. He's been in the studio before, and he just keeps coming back. No, he's come back to talk about his amazing book that he's released. And just before commercial, you were kind of telling us a little bit about what we're going to talk about today. And we're going through that. You want to? I'll turn it over to you. Let me shut up and let Dave talk. Let's see if I can do that.
The book itself is not about relationships. It's about being an authentic person.
Okay.
So, like I said, it's 6 chapters of different ideas that I think people need, and to help understand how to be authentic and how to be real and how to get, straightforward and honest with each other. One of the chapters is about relationships.
Okay.
And so a key part of that chapter has to do with attraction and why we're attracted to people and why people get on our nerves, why they bother us. Believe it or not, they're all kind of the same thing.
Okay.
The biggest idea is that every relationship, like I said, we have relationships with everyone. It's just a matter of what kind of relationship you want. Every relationship we have can act as a mirror to help you learn something about yourself. And so that's tied into the attraction. We notice there's lots of ways we're attracted to people. Mm-hmm. And that's not just, happy-go-lucky fun stuff. That's actually chemical reactions, neurological reactions that make us want to be in a person's world, or run the other way, depending on what's going on. So I'm going to correct you, if you don't mind. You said something about feeling hot about somebody. Sorry,
Correct.
well,
I said something
important.
wrong. Okay, go ahead.
You didn't say anything wrong. I think you're right about feeling passion, but that word passion literally means pain.
Okay.
And so when you see someone that you are really attracted to, it hurts. You love someone so much it hurts, right? And there's a difference between,
attraction versus
that initial reaction can be very strong, chemical, neurological attraction.
Right.
There's something about that person that you think, either subconsciously or consciously, I need something from them, or they can help me fill in some of my blanks.
But there's different aspects of attraction. So when you're attracted, there's not just the physical.
Yeah.
I'm talking about multiple levels.
There's multiple levels because
Yeah.
I believe, and
Yeah.
my work has indicated that
everybody knows the first, just being attracted to someone. Oh, you're cute. That's
well, there is such a thing as, they call it love at first sight,
Yeah.
but I think our subconscious mind is really powerful at helping us identify things that we need.
Right.
When we are learning to be ourselves,
Okay.
we have a built-in emotional immune system. The emotional immune system is our psychological way of coping with stressors in life. That's where resiliency comes from.
Okay.
And so the big story about that is that we're learning how to figure out who we are.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that's how we determine our values, and that's how we figure out, it's not so much what I'm going to do, but who I am.
Okay.
And that helps me define what I'm going to do. So when you see a person, that
Yeah.
problem solving that we're constantly doing, when you see somebody else who makes you feel,
Okay.
it taps into your subconscious need
Okay.
to solve that problem of who you are,
Okay.
you're going to be drawn to them. And it isn't always romantic. Sometimes it's even professional,
Right.
or it might be a companion, or friendships. But we are drawn to other people because we're looking for something. It's the mirror effect.
Well, is what you're saying, if I understand correctly, is the different types of relationships you're saying. So you can be drawn to someone because you want to do some business with them. You can be drawn to someone because they're friendly and they're fun. Or you can be drawn to someone because there's a connection there, or because it's going to be something big. There's different levels of connections and relationships that you're drawn to.
Yeah, and the connection is
Yeah.
about helping you figure out who you are.
Okay.
Because subconsciously we are trying to figure out, what does this
Yeah.
mean about who I am?
Yeah.
If you've been through trauma as a child, or if you've been through different family attachment issues, there's lots
Right.
of different things that can happen. You're constantly working to solve those problems in your psyche. I like that. The word psyche is a fun word.
Right.
So being attracted to someone is about that process.
Okay.
The same is true, though, of people who bother you.
Right.
If someone's getting on your nerves, there's a really good chance that they're reminding you something about yourself that you don't like,
Right.
or that you haven't solved for yourself.
Okay.
And so when someone's constantly bugging you, can't get them out of your head. And that goes both ways, see?
Okay.
You can have someone you're attracted to, you can't get them out of your head. You can have someone that totally ticks you off, and then you can't get them out of your head either.
Right.
That's all about you figuring out, what does this mean about who I am?
So in saying all this and your points that you brought out, how does one then begin to build upon a relationship after they have started to process, as they're going through life and they're seeing all these different aspects of themselves through people
Yeah.
and solving themselves through
Yes.
people? How do they then get to that relationship point where they say, I now know this is something more than just a reflection of something going on inside of me. This is something deeper.
It's deep. Well, it is a choice, like I said.
Yeah.
Being intentional is about saying, I'm not going to blame this person for my insecurities.
Right.
I'm not going to blame them for, being angry.
Right.
If someone if someone's making you angry, there's an opportunity for you to say, this is really about my own insecurities.
Right. Right.
You have you certainly should be saying to them, I need you to change the way you act.
Right.
But if you have a problem with who they are as a person,
Right.
That's a red flag, and it's really going to be hard to keep that relationship
Right.
sustainable.
Right.
So, taking responsibility for your own emotions,
Okay.
being making a choice, and then I believe in the power of play. I think that if a relationship allows you to be free and creative, another aspect of play is constructive problem solving.
Right. Because is it not true, though, also, if you think about people, we're speaking of different types of relationships is what we're doing. We're not talking about just one set. But, sometimes you have to be in a certain relationship because it's whether it's a business relationship or
Yeah.
whatever, and you don't really have a choice. You can't go, even though you may walk to that relationship, to your point, and say, ooh, there's a trigger here that I want to run from this. This is not about an emotional relationship. This is about something I have to endure. So how do you deal
Yeah.
with those type of relationships to be successful?
Look, you have to start with yourself.
Okay.
And you have to clarify your own values.
Yeah.
And you have to decide, this is what I need to be me.
Okay.
In the book, there's an exercise called building a instruction manual.
Right.
In order to determine what are the rules about being in your life. One of the problems people have is they have different sets of rules for different relationships.
Right.
And what happens is they don't know who they are. All those rules define your
Right.
sense of self. So, like,
Let's, for example, let's say you have a relationship with a parent or someone that you have to, that's your parent.
Yes.
Right? They gave birth to you.
Yeah.
But it's not a healthy relationship.
not by consent.
Yeah. You didn't ask them to, but they
No.
did it. But the point is, but it's not a healthy
Yeah.
relationship as a whole.
Right.
And it sounds like you're doing two things at once. You're trying to solve the old issues, but you're still having to endure them at the same time. That's a difficult situation to deal.
Well, that it's all happening inside of you. So if you have a parent who maybe has poor boundaries, and they want to, this happens often. They want to blame you for feeling. They would make you feel guilty.
Right.
for
Or they
something
don't want
like
to
that.
accept blame for the things they did wrong.
Or right, or they may have an addiction.
They never want to accept anything.
Or they may
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
their own mental health issues.
Right.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Good point.
So,
Yeah.
we'd be tolerant with that person, while
Right.
we wouldn't put up with that with somebody else. And so, let's say, if your own parent or even your own child is really verbally hostile with you, let's say they degrade you and they make you, but you wouldn't tolerate that with a coworker.
Right.
I always ask, why are you having different sets of rules? How does this person have that privilege to be cruel to you?
I agree with you. I don't think they should have a different set.
And that impact on your self-image
Right.
is detrimental because you end up losing track of who you are with each relationship.
Right.
So the first thing you can do is determine your own values and then stick with those values and make them consistent among all relationships.
Right.
Which is hard. I'm not saying this is easy. It sounds really simple, but the work of clarifying your values and being authentic and true to yourself in every relationship can actually make those relationships much healthier. And if those
Right.
people get ticked off at you, that's their point. They're going to figure that out.
So summarize those 3 points again. We'll be taking a commercial. You had about 3 minutes. We'll take a quick commercial. But
Right.
What were the 3 points again that you brought up today that you said?
Be intentional.
Be intentional. So
Show
and this
up.
goes for any relationship we're talking. Be intentional.
This is about being you.
Yeah.
And this is a good
Yeah.
reason for going to therapy.
Right.
And part of that has to do with telling a story. I use a lot of narrative
Okay.
approaches.
Okay.
The second is emotional intelligence.
Right.
Take responsibility for your own emotions.
Love that.
I've told
Love that. Love
I've
that.
told clients before, don't let your anger be on
Control
the person.
the situation, yes.
Don't focus your anger on them. Look at the vulnerability that you feel with that anger.
Yes.
Anger is really a mask for vulnerability.
Sure.
And so if that person is upsetting you, you're probably dealing with your own sense of insecurity.
Right.
So say, okay, why am I insecure? I can allow this person to be whatever they're going to be,
Right.
allowing them. So taking responsibility for your own emotions.
Okay.
And then again, play. And I've told people I'll spend the rest of my career trying to help people play.
Well, I think I've learned just in my own personality,
Yeah.
when I have fun with a situation, whatever that relationship is, whoever I come across in any of my circumstances, to hence the talk show, whatever
Yes,
we
right.
do, fun always lightens things up.
Right.
It always gives a person the opportunity in that relationship that
Right.
you're in, whatever you're facing, whatever you're dealing with, it gives them to kind of relax and say,
Right.
it's not that serious.
Well,
not that serious.
There
Let's
are
just
things in
relax
our
a
life
little
that
bit.
are terribly serious.
Right. Well, yeah.
And so,
but
as children, we learn
Yeah.
how to. Children can't talk about their feelings,
Right.
and so they use play as a metaphor,
good point.
as a substitute for these really stressful things. Being a child is incredibly stressful.
Yeah, and they're resilient.
They're nothing but resilient and
Exactly.
vulnerable at the same time.
Exactly.
So, play helps you manage your vulnerability by substituting other things
Wow.
that your mind can use to manage those insecurities, and you can become more successful at dealing with the issues that really
Love
matter.
it. Love it. Love talking to you, Dave.
Isn't that fun?
Everybody, all and in business and all over. I'm just going to be like on par.
Are you?
Yeah, so we're going to take a quick commercial. We got a special guest joining us Dave, when we get back from commercial. We'll be right back.
Thanks.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Cupcakes and Bubbles, located at 26400 Kirkendall Road in Tomball, Texas. Cupcakes and Bubbles has the sweetest and most delicious cupcakes for the entire family. From chocolate raspberry, strawberry rhubars, cookies and cream, and the most popular among kids, the s'mores cupcake. Come and enjoy our cupcakes with a glass of your favorite bubbles. Visit www.cupcakesandbubbles.com for the complete list of our delicious cupcakes. Order online through our webpage. DoorDash and Uber Eats is available too. Enjoy life's sweetest moments with Cupcakes and Bubbles.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
It started as a dream. When I was a little kid, I always wanted to have my own restaurant. And it was a dream that finally we had the opportunity to build it here in the Woodlands. And I'm so happy with it.
It's a really authentic Italian food. I try to maintain the most original possible. It's very important. Every day I make my fresh pasta.
Chi mangia bene, mangia italiano. Please come and visit us.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
If you're tired of wasting your money on makeup bags that were not wide enough and tumbling out your cosmetics, Makeup Junkie bags are here. One of the best cosmetic and travel bags you'll ever own, handcrafted in Texas. You can visit www.makeupjunkiebags.com where you can find our collection of makeup bags, totes, man junk bags, and jewelry bags. But that's not all. These junkie bags are not only for makeup. Visit www.makeupjunkiebags.com and shop all the bags everyone loves. Get one for you, your family, and your friends.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
This is E.L. Crane of Real Estate U here each and every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 91.1 FM The Boss. Remember, that's Real Estate U. Insightful, informative, and a little humor tossed in. Real Estate U, listening live, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. each and every Saturday at 91.1 The Boss.
Hey, I'm Sebastian de Villafranca. Together with Daniel Bisoño and Diana Mota, we will bring you the latest information regarding entertainment and gossip all the way from Mexico City. Join us for a really fun hour together only on KLNY 91.1 FM.
It's time to change. If you like country, we play it. If you like pop, we play it. If you like Latin music, we play it. If you like rock and roll, we play it. Because no one does fusion music like we do. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Good morning and welcome back. It's Valentine's Day. There goes that hair again. Valentine's Day, and I want everyone to have a wonderful day out there. This morning in the studio, we have Dave Waxler, who is a returning guest, who came back to talk about his amazing book release, Clear and Present, talking about authenticity. Gotta be real.
Get real.
I've been figuring that out for years. I was always that way. I didn't know, Dave. I didn't realize the world didn't know that. No, anyway, but thanks for joining. But we have a special guest who's arrived this morning. So we've got to welcome Amber Stevens with Fleur de Leon in the studio as well. Good morning.
We're excited to be here.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
You were the perfect person to be
here,
celebrating.
look, we brought you flowers.
Oh my God.
Happy Valentine's to you.
Look at, okay. So you see all your beautiful flowers. Do you see all the pictures I've been posting?
Yes.
Those arrangements are amazing.
He's awesome. Leon is the
oh my God, thank you.
Like, he's just great. It like amazes me every time. I'm
Yeah.
like, how is he gonna create? What's he gonna do?
I mean,
or he'll start and I'm like, what are you? And
Where
then
are
it's
you
like
where are you
this-
going?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
it's this beautiful thing and I'm like, wow, like I never would have thought about that. And I'm a pretty like crafty person,
Yeah.
but not with this. This
No.
is great.
So let's talk about it. So you and I, we met Art and Fashion.
Yes.
Way back, the first one, and he did an.
Are you doing it again?
Oh, she's looking at me. I am not doing it again because Cachet is so busy.
Yeah.
Cachet can't do it all. She figured that out. Dave, you have to help me with that. I realize I can't do it all, but Cachet's working on a new endeavor. So
Okay.
But to your point, we met there.
Yes.
And I remember, of course, y'all were getting going, and y'all were
You're
kind of
just
back in the
starting out,
woodlands,
yep.
and y'all did an amazing job
Thank you.
with the florals there. And now, tell everybody what's going on.
So we were just out of our house then. We had just opened the shop. Leon's been a florist for 25 years,
Wow.
and he'd wanted to go on his own like forever. And I'm like, whoa, we have kids and college, and like, are you kidding me?
You're trying to be a kid again and start you over? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So right as one graduates and the other one's graduating this year, I was like, okay, let's do it. Like,
It was
this
time.
is what you really want. You can do it. I don't know what I was thinking as I'm getting these college bills coming in
Wow.
because it's like crazy. But so yeah, we opened the shop. We started out of the house, and then so we did that until November. We actually got to open our storefront off of Honey Egypt, Magnolia, right?
Which is
It's
still
close
considered
to
the Woodlands, 2978 and
we get there just as easy. So now we have this storefront. It's super
It's
exciting.
amazing. It's amazing.
I love it.
And you
It's-
doing events there. Talk about a little bit of what people can expect when they come
So-
there and what it is and what it's not.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay, yeah.
when you hear flower shop, sometimes you think like the hokey flowers and balloons and teddy bears and the little small card messages, whatever. So it is not that. It's definitely more of a boutique. And we're trying to create a vibe where you actually want to come in and hang out. Like it's a place to go
Oh, wow.
and see, get to see pretty artwork. We have pretty artwork on the walls, and just different little other businesses that are in there. We have candles now,
Right.
so just more of a boutique, but so like we just did a We Love Valentine's Day
Okay.
event, and we had a bunch of booze and a bunch of really good food.
Nice. Okay, but then that
Did you
was the
say-
place. That's all you have to say, right?
You said booze.
Booze,
Yeah.
yes. We had lots of wine.
Yeah, but think about
and
that. What
stuff.
floral shop have you been to,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That you can have some booze at and a nice event at.
Yeah,
So
no.
you're trying to, basically what I'm hearing is you're trying to take it and be very a niche with this. And I love this idea. Not only are you getting these amazing custom flowers, hello, I got some today, but you're also getting a real place to come to have that feel
Yeah.
and that event
to
space.
feel special,
Yes,
and
yes.
to feel like it's not, like we appreciate your business. We want you to enjoy it. We want you to enjoy coming in.
I mean,
to
the ladies
the-
could have like a little social there and learn how to decorate a little floral arrangements, like a group of ladies,
next-
and have some drinks. Come
Next
on.
month, I think we're gonna have Mother's Night out,
Yeah.
and do a little thing for Mother's.
There you
Will
Day,
you have
get
booze
ready.
then as
Yes.
well? Yes.
We have
We will
booze.
have
Is
booze.
that,
There will be booze.
Dave, is that from an authenticity
I'm just
perspective?
thinking-
Is that okay to do that? Let's talk about that.
Is
We
it
got
o-
Dave in here.
Is
Amber.
it authentic
Yeah.
to drink booze?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to open up some authenticity, all right.
It does
definitely
it help
does.
relationships? Or does it hurt them?
That's a
It
tricky
depends.
question. Yeah.
Well, it depends on the relationship, you said, right? All
Let's just say
relationships are
it takes away some of the filters, and you'll get to find out who's really in there.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's one way to look at it.
yeah, yeah. No, interesting. No, because Dave, obviously, Dave, tell Amber a little bit more
Amber
about what
doesn't-
you do.
Hi, we just met.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just
So
me.
tell them a
I
little
told her, I warned her I was a
Yeah,
therapist.
yeah,
She should be careful. No, I'm a counselor here in the area, and
Yeah.
I came to visit with Cachet because I wrote a book, and
Awesome.
I'm pretending to be a really important, famous author until it actually comes true.
Well,
right?
where's your book selling now? Or do you have it
It's
out?
available on Amazon,
Let's
and
talk
of
if
course I
people
sell
wanna
it
get it, yeah.
to my clients in the office. Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Okay.
I guess I could get it in a bookstore. Wouldn't that be fun?
Would that be great? Or you could have some at the floral shop, maybe too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, right.
You want a couple to
I
go
love
with
to,
you?
I love to co-market, right? But go ahead. Anyway,
That's great.
Yeah.
What was your question?
Oh, I was just asking about the book, where people can get it.
You can get it online.
Okay.
I've actually had some people use it for. They're saying they're going to use it for groups.
Okay.
Like having a discussion group.
Right,
So
right.
that would be fun. There's actually discussion questions built into the book. So at the end of each chapter, it would be cool to do like a 3 or 4, maybe a 6 week
Yeah.
discussion about each chapter. And
Yeah.
find out what people can learn. It'd be interesting to find out what. I'm curious to find out what people do with it. There's a lot of options. I got a young man who's using it. He says he reads it at night when he's anxious.
When he's anxious.
And I'm just so honored by that. I don't even know what to say.
Amber, what do you think are, in your own opinion, some of the cool things that keeps a relationship fun?
Ooh.
And
You
whether
didn't
it's a
have any
friend-
idea this was going to happen.
Whether it's a friend relationship, whether it's you and your family, whether it's
Customers.
I mean, what is something you go to? Yeah,
So,
business.
well, Leon and I think the big thing, because we've been married 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations.
So I think it's just still having fun together is
Yeah,
the big thing.
there it is.
And
That's what play.
you know,
Right.
yeah, you play, you have fun. He like dances, he's silly. Like I
That's
just think
awesome.
that's cute.
Love
you know
it.
what I mean?
Humor
So
and laughter
it's-
is huge.
Well, and
It
you
is.
guys took some risk. One of the things I said earlier was that, creativity and risk are actually can be very beneficial for a couple. And so you stepped out.
It's
Didn't you?
exciting and stressful, and there's the
Yes.
good days when we're so
Sure.
proud of you, and the days you
Sure.
want to pull out our hair. But at the end of the day, we're on the same team, and so like
Yeah.
that's the
That's good.
that's
And I
the
like that you
work.
said you made your shop what you would want to do. That's what I think
Yeah.
I understood. That
Exactly.
It's what you would want to do. You didn't make it like a pretend shop that other people have done.
Yeah, no, we wanted
It's an
to
authentic shop.
exactly.
And so, Amber, let's
I
talk a
love
little
that.
bit about that, the shop. So, what type of customers are you getting? What I mean, is it corporates? Is it more everyday? Lady calls you up. What are you experiencing, and what out there are you wanting more of? Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Right, sure.
So I mean, obviously, we'd love to do more events because those are the like. where
And there
he
are
gets
so
to
many
be
here.
More
Yeah.
creative on what he's
Sure.
doing, more the more artistic part of it, which he really likes doing.
No.
But so right now we have like a good mix of everything because when we first started
Yes,
out, like
yep.
here, of course, he hit all the businesses. Like that was
Sure.
his thing. Like, hey, introduce myself. So
Sure.
he was hitting all the places around here, and so that kind of created ours. But then, I mean, Facebook. I don't know what people did like marketing before Facebook because that's been
your huge
all the networking groups and everything from there.
Well, I
So
think that's
really
where I saw one of your first arrangements was on a Facebook page,
Yeah.
and I was like, whoever they are, whoever that is, I've got to call them for my event.
Yes.
And that is why
Right.
So it's, it was huge.
Yeah,
it was
no,
huge.
it worked
yeah.
out. So yeah, that was like a great way to kick off. But so yeah, we have the ladies, and it's fun to do all the parties.
Right.
We, I mean, it really is a good mix right now. Like
Sure.
I don't.
And you were saying
We want
this-
more
yeah.
come in
Okay.
like business. We want more people coming into the
Traffic.
store and checking it out. Which I mean, that's all. We've just opened. Like
Yeah, how long have you-
Thanksgiving week is when
Okay.
we open the
Okay.
store, so it's still just letting people know, hey, we're here.
We're
like,
here. Yeah.
come check us out. Like seeing us drive by, and we've really in the last 2 weeks we've got more of the random like stop in.
Of course.
and that's what we want is people to come in because we want it to be boutique-ish.
Sure.
We want it to be a shop, not just a order online thing. Like Leon is good with people. He likes talking to
Oh,
people
yeah.
and whatever. So he wants the people to come in and.
Is this your
talk to
first
him.
Valentine's Day while you're in business?
So technically, we were open
What's
last
it like?
year.
Are y'all like sleeping there?
So-
Were you there to 2 a.m. last night?
So I was there until like 9:30
That's not
last
bad. Yeah,
night.
it's too bad, yeah.
Leon was probably there till 2
Oh,
ish.
my.
Yeah. I'm not even
This
sure.
is like
I
the
was.
Super Bowl, isn't it?
It is.
Didn't you
It
say you were
is.
like almost out, but not literally? Y'all can find more if you need to.
Well,
but-
yeah, we were
yeah.
basically sold out. We were stopped taking calls, and then we were like, "Oh my goodness, it's not, like we literally can't say that." So he went ahead and called in some more flowers. So he's got some more stuff
Wow,
coming
that's
in,
great.
but like we won't be able to deliver until this afternoon. Like it's
that's success.
No,
Yeah.
it's exciting.
Yeah.
Like he's like I'm so happy for him because it's this risk. Like, are we gonna make it? How's it gonna work? And so for it to come to that,
It's
like
beautiful.
I'm proud of him.
Oh, that's great. That's amazing. So you brought something today. What did you bring here?
did.
Tell everybody what's going to happen. I've been so excited about this.
I brought a $100 gift certificate.
Woo! She took it up $25.
I did.
Yay!
Bumped it up.
I said
bumped it.
75. I apologize, everyone.
Yes, I bumped it up. Because,
appreciate that.
That's more fun, right?
Well, I think more money's always better. You can argue that, therapist,
That
but
is
I think
true.
it's great.
Depends on what you do with it.
Well, yes.
Anyway,
but
but-
so
okay.
I have a $100 gift certificate, and you can order flowers whenever you want. We'll deliver them to
Wow.
you.
That's
That's amazing. And
yes.
your flowers. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a commercial break. And during commercial, I'm going to go through all my followers. I'm going to hand them over to her, and I'm going to let her scroll through and randomly pick somebody. And then when we
Okay.
come back, we'll announce who the winner is.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll take a commercial. We'll be right back.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Cupcakes and Bubbles, located at 26400 Kirkendall Road in Tomball, Texas. Cupcakes and Bubbles has the sweetest and most delicious cupcakes for the entire family. From chocolate raspberry, strawberry rhubars, cookies and cream, and the most popular among kids, the s'mores cupcake. Come and enjoy our cupcakes with a glass of your favorite bubbles. Visit www.cupcakesandbubbles.com for the complete list of our delicious cupcakes. Order online through our webpage. DoorDash and Uber Eats is available too. Enjoy life's sweetest moments with Cupcakes and Bubbles.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
If you're tired of wasting your money on makeup bags that were not wide enough and tumbling out your cosmetics, Makeup Junkie bags are here. One of the best cosmetic and travel bags you'll ever own, handcrafted in Texas. You can visit www.makeupjunkiebags.com where you can find our collection of makeup bags, totes, man junk bags, and jewelry bags. But that's not all. These junkie bags are not only for makeup. Visit www.makeupjunkiebags.com and shop all the bags everyone loves. Get one for you, your family, and your friends.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
It started as a dream. When I was a little kid, I always wanted to have my own restaurant. And it was a dream that finally we had the opportunity to build it here in the Woodlands, and I'm so happy with it.
It's a really authentic Italian food. I try to maintain the most original possible. It's very important. Every day I make my fresh pasta.
Chi mangia bene, mangia italiano. Please come and visit us.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Installation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam installation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
It's time to change. If you like country, we play it. If you like pop, we play it. If you like Latin music, we play it. If you like rock and roll, we play it. Because no one does fusion music like we do. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Okay, welcome back. We're over here trying to pick our winner. So welcome back to the show. It is Valentine's. I've got my flowers from Fleur de Leon. Thank you, Amber
You're
Stevens.
very welcome.
We've got both Dave Waxler back in the studio with his latest edition, the one and only so far, Clear and Present. But there will be more to follow. Who's back in the studio talking about authenticity and the book he wrote about that, which is amazing. And then he's going to also throw in, he decided, this is just like a special day. So you get a $100 gift card to Fleur de Leon and you get a copy.
I will sign it.
Are you going to sign it?
And then when I'm famous, it'll be worth a lot.
Okay, so hold on to this and read it, obviously.
Yes.
He's going to sign it. You'll get a signed copy of Clear and Present. So you'll have a perfect relationship and all the relationships you have after reading this. And you'll have an amazing arrangement that you can go get. So those two things will be the giveaway. And the winner was Lindsay. Hold on, let me pull it up again. Lindsay Dingler. She's a wife, mommy of two, fitness lover, and clean eaters. So Lindsay Dingler, we're on Instagram, that's why. So you're the winner. Yay for you.
Yay.
Yay.
So we'll get a hold of Lindsay. That's awesome. But so Dave, Amber, before she wasn't here.
We're getting to know each other now.
Yeah, everybody's getting to know everybody. So can you kind of?
We've known each other for 15
there's all kind of stuff going on commercial break. No, I'm
I was a
joking.
little too excited about the booze. What does that mean?
Oh yeah, well.
I just think it's exciting to go to a store.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, that's.
He said,
that's
"What is
something
that?
Yeah,
Do I need
like-
to be your therapist, Dave?
Is
Let me
that-
tell you what."
Everything is therapy. I
We
thought about
have
that this
champagne,
morning.
We have wine.
Everything
like,
is
it's just,
champagne.
it's nice to come
It's a
in
place
and-
that you would want to go.
Okay, you need to take your wife there. Y'all need to go.
We're gonna get out to Magnolia. You know
Okay,
how far
there
that
you
is?
It's
Magnolia
not
is
that
like
far
Oh,
from
you're
here.
here now. You'd have to go today.
Magnolia
You're here.
is probably getting to be
Where are
like
you at?
Waco. I live in Houston,
Yeah.
I mean,
but you know how Waco is.
we
They
did
got the
that
little
drive
crafty
for
stores.
But you're here now.
years,
Right, right.
So Dave, tell everyone again, especially Amber, who has arrived, to what the book's about, what Clear and Present, and what are you, the other part is we're talking always about, go to therapy. Why go to therapy? When do you need to go to therapy?
Well, so yeah, the point of the book is not just about relationships. This is the
We're
topic
doing
for
this
the day.
because of Valentine's.
Yeah,
we
it
talked
really
about
applies to your
Right,
whole life.
right.
And the book itself is supposed to be a companion, a guidebook to help people who either aren't in therapy or may want. I've used it as a part of therapy or part of group work. So it's obviously not a substitute for therapy,
Right.
and I'm very careful about that. It's something you should use with a therapist. When to go to therapy? I mean, when should you go to the gym? Like that's a
That's a great
that's
point.
like-
Is that how you should look at it?
I mean, there's lots of different ways to think about it.
Okay.
I have clients who are in serious crisis.
Okay.
I have clients who are really working on just building career, building a healthy
Yep.
life. So, more of a coaching situation.
Sure.
So, I guess there's no real one answer to that. I guess the question is why. The question is, here's the big deal.
Okay.
When you don't know what to do, ask yourself, who do you want to be? Do you want to be a person who's being intentional about your mental health, or you want to wait until something happens, or till you need, support or a crisis? Either way is fine. But therapy. And by the way, there's lots of therapists. You've had quite a few on the show.
I've had quite a few on the show.
I do agree it's expensive. I'm not going to lie, and it's frustrating for me that in order for me to stay in business, I have to charge a fair rate that's in. It's in
and you're
the
my
market.
favorite one on the show that I've had.
You're serious?
I am. Gosh, out of
That
all the
puts me
therapists I've had on the show, you're the one, Dave.
in a very
You're
awkward
the one,
position.
Dave. Just don't
Thanks.
tune in tomorrow when I have the other
Oh my
therapists
gosh.
on, because they'll be my favorite.
You're gonna have a lot of therapists.
No,
Please.
I think it's good to. So Leon and I went to therapy, and I think it was great for us. We've been married for, like I said, 20 years, and so it was a place to go and talk and re-communicate and make sure that we were still growing together, if that makes sense, and we just really enjoyed it. We ended up going together. I went with the same person by myself. We brought the kids for a family one and just let everybody kind of talk. It was out of the house where people could say whatever was on their mind, and it was
It's a different place. It's safer.
Yeah.
You get a different vibe.
Yeah, and so you got to say what you want and get another perspective. So sometimes, like you stop listening to the other person when you have your own point that you're trying to make.
Right.
And so there you were able to stop, and like she would make you listen and then make you think about it, like not focus on this and see, because both really was just like
Trying to
with
come
us,
to the common ground.
come to the common
and
ground.
being able to hear each other out.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're at home, you're not doing that, right? Because you mentioned something earlier, autopilot. People
Yeah.
are just in these relationships for 20, 30 years, and they're just going on autopilot.
They're on
Someone's
autopilot.
listening anymore. You got back to the basics of listening and
Yeah.
communicating.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be
Yeah.
about the same as going to the gym and having a trainer sit with you and say, "Hey, you're doing this. There's ways to do this better.
Right.
Exercise is fine, but there's
Right.
ways to be better at it.
Yeah.
And in the book, there's a part where we talk about acting healthy.
Okay.
Sometimes you don't know what to do, but the first thing you can do is start acting healthy, and then it'll kick in eventually.
Yeah.
But you have to be intentional about your relationships. The other thing is defensiveness. I think when you're in a therapist office, he or she can help you
Right.
identify defensiveness,
Yeah.
which is a real detriment to any kind of healthy conversation or any kind of relationship.
Yep. I completely agree with that.
So tell everyone your website and where they can get. And Ivan, you want to put this slide up?
Thanks for helping me market. I am
What am I doing sitting over here?
Look at that.
Yeah. Maybe
That's
I'm-
my surly author picture. Actually, a professional shot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right?
You like that one, I can tell.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord in heaven.
I can see you're like kind of looking over at yourself and wow, that's one of my good pictures. I know how that feels though when you have a
You
good one.
gotta
You're
be
like,
a little bit-
that's the one that's going to be everywhere and it's
It
going to
does
stay
feel-
up forever.
Well,
you
the
know?
irony is that
Yeah.
I'm trying to be authentic. Yeah, whatever.
Well, you are.
So, the
I
website
don't see the
is-
website on there. Did I not get it? Maybe
There's a slide.
Yeah.
It's clearandpresent.net.
Oh, that's easy.
I'm on
Yeah.
Facebook. You can find that at Clear and Present.
Right.
Book. And I'm just working on that. I'm trying to figure out how to make this work. Coming on your
Right.
show has been really helpful for me to figure out
you.
how to do this. I
would like to think so.
It's
Yeah.
I joke about being famous. Really, it's about being able to affect people's lives and being
Sure.
the fact that I get to do this for a living is kind of a miracle. Like it's like who gets to do this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm joking when I talk about being pretentious. I really am honored and humbled by the opportunity to help people and
Yeah.
make people make their lives better
Yeah.
and help them feel real positive. I say joy, but it's really more about satisfaction. It's more about feeling like you're being your true self and you're doing something that matters, and that is not always comfortable.
Yeah. Right.
And that's what's tricky. You're not comfortable all the time, but you enjoy making your own business. And
Well, I mean, let's talk about that. You have fun in the business that you do. Y'all are always making people happy. Like, who's not happy?
Well,
Let's
Don't you-
talk about
yeah.
that,
Well,
right?
here's
I mean, I think.
I have a perfect example.
Okay.
So today's Valentine's Day, and so, there's all the love and the romance and
Yeah.
all of that part. But we also had to do a funeral today.
Oh.
And
Oh, wow.
so we really have a full circle business. So we have the people who they're calling because they're just in love and they want to send
Right,
the flowers and they're
right.
excited. And then we have the people who are on the autopilot, like, oh, it's the anniversary, it's the
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah.
And
everything in
then,
between.
Yeah, everything in between. And then we have the funerals, and it's a big, like, and I actually did a post, I'm like, it's a reminder of this, like, hey, don't just tell everybody you love them today, like, tell them every day.
Yeah.
Be present every day
Be
with
a-
them.
Show
Exactly.
up. No,
Yeah.
clear and present. Be,
You know,
be who you are
Yeah.
and show up every day. Be consistent.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, it's like, today I'm going to, my sister and...
You're going to make me cry.
I'm gonna go visit my mom because today is Valentine's and obviously she's not here. But I said this. I started doing the show, and my mom passed away shortly before, and she never got to see me.
Oh, no.
But
But then,
but yeah, no, I'm saying so. I'm gonna go visit. But see, these are the moments where you talk
need to
about.
come
you talk about
with Elizabeth to our In Memories
Oh,
in
the memories of
May.
mothers, yeah. Yeah.
You'll have to. It was
But to your
great, yeah.
point, you don't know when you're not going to have someone.
Yeah.
At the same time, you're giving a floral arrangement to someone who's in love. You're also doing a funeral,
Mm-hmm.
and and so how that, to your point, you just made me think about that. That is so true.
Yeah.
Because
I
you
think
don't
it's
know.
great that this day can be bigger than just about romantic
Yeah.
love and marketing.
Yeah.
It's really about paying attention to who's in your life.
Yeah.
And being, and who used to be and who's still in your life.
Yep.
Even though you don't get to be in the same room with her, but you can still.
Oh, sure. She would love these arrangements, and she's probably here going, gosh, I see all your shows. But anyway,
for you.
but thank you.
I'm so-
Thank you so much. And the
Thanks
winner,
for having us.
everybody, Lindsay, you're going to get that Dave. Thanks again. It's always fun having you.
I enjoy it.
I kept careful with my words with Dave.
Right.
I got to watch this show
Oh, that's gonna
immediately
get
when I
real.
leave to make sure I didn't say anything wrong. Anyway, thank you, Amber, so much.
thank
Everybody
you
have
for
a
having
wonderful
us.
Valentine's
Yes,
Day.
ma'am.
All right.
And go to Flora de Leon. Are you kidding me? The best flowers in this book. It's time. It's time to get real with yourself.
Yeah.
Everyone, have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands